politically.
You look awesome.
Come on.
The camera loves you.
Is he actually in the frame?
Now, okay, the light's on, it's working. Okay, we're going to do just a little bit of a review. Review.
You got close.
In Philadelphia. Okay, 1774 in Philadelphia. 1774, that's it. Just write 1774. Okay. The Americans were fed up.
Wait, what?
Number one is 1774.
There,
All right, there we go. Am I in?
Yes, you're in.
Okay, so here we go.
Number one.
We had some editing mistakes there, so I'm trying to do this all in one take. Here we go.
You just took 5 seconds.
First, okay, going back on
1774.
Not yet, not yet, not yet.
774.
Okay, so, okay, let me slow down. I am often not clear, believe it or not. I'm often not clear. I am giving you the correct answers. So when you all go back and you're studying, because I know you're going to study for this, you're going to make sure that you have the proper information on the worksheet, which is saved on your computer, because you saved it in your assignments folder, correct? Yes. Is Army?
Democrats.
Hold on.
What was that?
6 is Army.
Stop moving.
7.
Oh, this was on the common word.
7 is... One of the students just went, "Oh, you're giving us the answers to the worksheet." Oh. Yes.
You had to say it.
Yes.
You had to say it.
His camera.
I like your smile.
So, there we go. Okay. First, we're having a quiz on Friday. I want you to go back and review on my wonderful website in the documents area, the calendar page, the documents area. There's something that says key events. You have to pull up that, and you have to go over the information about the Stamp Act controversy. History Standard 2A, you need to know key events that led up to the Revolution, and that's what I'm testing you on, the Stamp Act controversy. I'm testing you on that because that leads directly to Standard Civics 1D, Strategies for Political Change. And I just told you all this. The reason why we're going over this is I want you to understand the colonists had a lot of things happen to them. They were pushed and pushed and pushed, and they did everything they could politically, peacefully, to try to fix things. And it just didn't work. So right now, we're going to go over the Congresses and common sense worksheets, and you are going to give me the answers as we go. The First Continental Congress. In September of 1774 in Philadelphia, this group of people met. The Americans were fed up. At this meeting, they made a declaration of
Independence?
colonial rights. I think I said colonial rights. Colonial rights. And it was sent to London. Okay. Also at this meeting, they debated about defining the colony's relationship with England. Hey, who are we? What are we to England? Why does England have all this power? They also decided to get back together in May of 1775 if their problems were not recognized, if the king and parliament didn't do anything. This, just deciding to meet again, was a major step in creating an ongoing intercolonial decision-making body. America came together for the first time politically,
Yeah.
on a national level. This was the beginning of participatory
Democracy.
democracy. All right, I'm glad you're excited. Don't blurt everything out. Okay, so we're setting up the foundation for a democratic type of government. Now, the Second Continental Congress. Parliament did ignore the Declaration of Colonial Rights. So in May of 1775, the colonists did get back together. Now, they got back together, and just in case, they said, you know what, things aren't going too well, they created a continental
Army.
army. But They also sent something called the Olive Branch Petition directly to the king. In this petition, they pleaded directly with King George III to attempt a peaceful
Resolution.
Loyalty.
resolution.
I said that.
Resolution. And they declared their
Loyalty.
loyalty to the king. So, they're saying, hey, we can work this out, and guess what? We are definitely still your loyal subjects. The king, however, refused. And in fact, even though they said, hey, we're being loyal, the king said the colonies are in a state of rebellion. Now, we've done all this political stuff to try to work things out. People are getting a little bit upset. And I've talked before about these colonists. They read, they learned, they did stuff just because they liked learning. They liked improving themselves. Thomas Paine wrote this book, and he's riled up. He hasn't been in America all that long. He hasn't been in the colonies all that long. But he looks around and he goes, this is messed up. He wrote a pamphlet called Common Sense. This book was an immediate bestseller in the colonies. It was written in the language of the people. He quoted the Bible. The reason why he quoted the Bible was because most of the people in America understood the Bible. That was their reasoning for coming to the United States. Religious freedom. They understood the Bible. He made straightforward arguments. 2 arguments. The first one was independence. We're done. We have to break up with the king. The second one was that we need to create a
Democratic Republic.
democratic republic. Now, at this point, he was too extreme. Thomas Paine was too extreme. Too extreme for Thomas Jefferson, who we know eventually writes the breakup letter. Too extreme for John Adams. But the people in America were fed up. So common sense caused this whole patriot movement to explode. People began asking, and Thomas Paine asked these questions: why should tiny England rule our entire continent? Then he asked, how can we expect to get any help from foreign countries if we continue to profess our loyalty to the king? We've got to stop. If we want any help in solving our problems, we've got to stop this. And lastly, how much longer are you going to stand up or stand for the repeated abuses of the king? Freedom of speech here is a big deal. This whole idea of common sense, of writing out your problems. Okay? So, again, Americans, the colonists, followed every step possibly to change things peacefully. And the king just